Saying good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the world. Hope all is feeling A-OK this morning. You're alive and well. Yes, you're very happy to be in the land of the living. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada via GBN TV, our social media platforms. We're talking about Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for locking it down. If you are up and about already and you started doing good morning. My name is Glenn Telesod. You can simply refer to me as GT. I'm rolling with you this morning up until it's 8 a.m. this morning. Yeah. Of course, we wrap up this first segment just around 15 minutes before the top. And then we get into the news and so forth. Let me say good morning to my co-host this morning, already strapped into the big chair and ready to get up this morning. Hey, Gary, good morning. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, my brother? What's happening?
Well, I'm all good. Somehow
we're back together again.
Yes. It's Friday, the end of the week, man.
Oh, man. What's your plan for the weekend, family? Good morning to our friends listening to us and viewing us live on GBN TV. Also, those on, of course, K105, of course, where GT belongs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Hot 98.
Where you belong.
Live, Facebook Live. We are on those platforms as well. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada. What's going on?
Well, what can I say? It's a nice morning, I would say. On my way to work commute this morning, man, it's beautiful on the outdoors. It was a little bit dark, but you could see the beauty of the island, the lights and so forth from the various buildings and so forth, man. It's a beautiful sight to see. And,
it's River Road, though.
Yeah. Well, same old. Still not complete with the construction of that construction work that is taking place there, and still a little hiccup with the road. But I'm assuming that's going to be resolved soon. I'm being hopeful that'll resolve pretty soon. All right, so we await that to happen.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, a little bit of an inconvenience. As I said a couple of weeks ago, a longer commute for me to come to work, but you got to do what you got to do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Said it any better.
All right. Still waiting on Master Control. Not getting that video part of you on TV yet. I'm not sure what's the issue, but it's G Squared. Gary's with me this morning, and we're rolling. Lots in store for you to try this morning, Gary. You know, time does just creep up on you. At the same time, time is not your friend. You know. You understand?
Yeah, time flies when you have
time flies. Just not a good friend. It just creeps up on you like that. Anyway, let's get things rolling this morning in terms of what we do have to offer. We have the word of the day coming up for you. We got the thought of the day. We had some help tips coming up for you this morning. All of that and more. So, as usual, I'll let you kick off with the word of the day, and you take care of that. I'll get into the thought of the day, and we certainly will flow through here on Good Morning Grenada. You roll with the word of the day.
Word of the day today, if I can pull my stuff here, my computer seems to be doing what it pleases. I didn't mean to open up a bunch of files. That is just somehow opening up on me right about now. It's kind of like what's happening here. But hang on there, your word of the day. GT, go on with the thought of the day as I get that organized.
All right. Well, as soon as Master Control gets, as soon as Master Control gets the word of the day out of the way on the screen, I will get into the thought of the day. We'll come back with the word of the day. Hey, don't forget, it's Good Morning Grenada here on K105. Always a little hiccup that comes in. Of course, you know what happens when you do stuff live. Anyway, let's get set as Master Control clears off the word of the day. Let's get set for the thought of the day. Know that your success is based entirely on your attitude, your commitments, and your self-discipline. May I repeat that for you once again? Know that your success is based entirely on your attitude, your commitment, and self-discipline. All right, so that's the thought of the day for today, and just make it be part of your everyday commute today or whatever thought you may be going through your minds and so forth. Let that particular thought be a sort of a guide for you as you go through today. A simple repeat of it for you once again, especially for those who are listening via K105. Know that your success is based entirely on your attitude, your commitment, and self-discipline. All right?
And that ties back into our word of the day or thought of the day yesterday when we spoke of course, your attitude, which reflects pretty much 90% of what you do. All right,
exactly.
It's your attitude.
Exactly.
It's how you respond to situations. All right, and keep that in mind. All right, it's all about that positive mental attitude. So have a blessed day, and may that thought of the day guide your actions and, of course, your thoughts as you make it through. All right.
Are you ready for us with the word of the day now? I think you're probably settled in a little bit.
I am.
Yes.
I'm certainly ready for the word of the day.
An interesting word there also. Let's see how you flow with it. Yeah, that word of the day.
Non sequitur. Non sequitur. That's the word of the day. Non sequitur. It's a noun. All right. A non sequitur is a statement that either does not logically follow from or is not clearly related to what was previously said. I repeat that. A non sequitur is a statement that either does not logically follow from or is not clearly related to what was previously said. You know, when you're having a conversation with somebody and all of a sudden they just saying something that is totally unrelated to the conversation, that's a non sequitur. All right. In Latin, non sequitur means it does not follow. The phrase was borrowed into English in the 1500s by people who made a formal study of logic. For them, it meant a conclusion that does not follow from the statements that led to it. But we now use non sequitur for any kind of statement that seems to come out of the blue. I thought I had an example of a sentence here, but that has eluded me this morning. So I think you
Gary,
pretty much grasp the meaning.
We see that happens all the time. You know, you're talking to someone and you're speaking about X and they going into the Y or started back from the start of the alphabet. If you want to just make it like this.
That's a non sequitur. That's a non sequitur.
It happens. Someone you're talking about X and they go into Y and then still start back from A again, and you know, totally alludes the whole conversation, and they're still in the conversation, but it's on a different dimension. If I can
tell me about it.
Tell me about it. Anyway, folks, it's K105. Good morning, Grenada, GBN TV, of course, on social media platforms, wherever you are locked on this morning. We're getting set for your health tip. You know, time flies, so we're getting set for your health tip this morning. Gary, you want to take care of the health tip, and then we're getting to, of course, did you know, which I will take care of. Get into the health tip this morning, and of course, inform the viewers and listeners this morning. Health tip for today.
Health tip for today. You all know health is wealth. You know what you need to do if you're totally conscious of your health and you're planning on making some sort of changes in 2022. Now, keep portion size in check. One thing we know for sure, to lose weight, we need to burn more calories than we consume. A relatively simple way to control weight gain is to get back to more sensible portion sizes. All right, so don't be picking out all the time you sit down to eat. You know, even though you're not satisfied, just take it in portion size. All right, just take it in portion size. Small amounts on your plate will help you to alleviate that weight and get down to a size that you dream of.
You know, that's something I've been doing for years. You know what scares me? A big plate of food. Seriously, Gary.
That scares you?
It scares me.
It doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me at all.
No, but
Bring it on, baby.
You feed me in small portions. I may do 5 bowls. You understand? But but you give me that big plate of food, it sometimes scares my mind, and I just say I can't eat all of that, you know. But then if you give me that same amount in small portions, I will actually consume all of it. You understand?
Some people are trying to lose weight. Some are trying to gain weight. I'm on the weight gaining path right about now. I'm up to 165. I'm hoping to get to 170, so I'm eating, baby.
Lucky you, man. I'm bordering the 250, and you know.
I don't think I'll ever get there in my life. That's just not my body type.
I'm bordering the 250, but I know, and I feel like 170, so don't worry. Anyway, let's get into Did You Know this morning, and we do have a riddle that we're going to throw this morning. So, did you know? Let's get into that. Did you know? Master Control is going to throw it up for, of course, our viewers out there who, of course, want to pondering it on it also. A human brain has a capacity to store 5 times as much information as Wikipedia. So, Wikipedia, think about that. A human brain has the capacity to store 5 times as much information as Wikipedia. So, think about that. That as you know, the old saying is a cabeza. You know what I mean? That brain.
Yeah.
can store.
And experts say that we only use 10% of our brain.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
That's a work of art there, you know. I mean.
Yeah, it is believed that scientists has made advancement into, of course, the human genome, where now they can use our genes, our cells. I cannot get scientific with you, but in other words, that can be used to store information.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So they have made advancement into that realm. So
I know. Time check here on K105 and GBN TV. It's 15 minutes moving out before the top of the hour. Time check comes to you compliments Grace Foods this morning. Gary, and before we get into the news, let's throw that riddle out and give, of course, our viewers and listeners the opportunity to ponder on it for a wee bit. And when we come back to the second segment, just a little after the news on GBN TV, we certainly will, of course, take your calls or your WhatsApp messages. The riddle for the day. They have not flesh. You rolled it.
Nor feathers, nor scales, nor bone, yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they?
That's something to think about. They have not flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bones, but yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they? Hey, Gary, time check. We're moving up to 14 minutes before the top of the hour. It's time for the AM edition of news here on the K105 and Hot 98. A rebroadcast of last evening's news on the GBN TV. News is next here on Good Morning Grenada. Don't you dare touch your dial. We're coming right back.
Residents of Sauterne St. Patrick are left with mixed feelings about the actions taken by police that resulted in the death of 46-year-old Declan St. Bernard, commonly referred to as Boxies. Chrislina John was in Sauterne on Thursday and spoke to residents and filed this report.
According to an eyewitness report, Declan, a resident of Rose Hill St. Patrick, was shot by police just after 4 p.m. following what he says was a close call for one of the officers involved. During GBN's visit to the scene of the incident, which occurred just outside Calico Supermarket in Sauterne St. Patrick, one eyewitness gave a recollection of what he saw, saying the police action was justified.
The van stopped, my man stand up to the police, and he said to the police, well, I have a knife, So he's actually pulled out his knife and he's walking up to the police. So while walking to the police is actually stepping back. So while he's stepping back now, he missed a fall. Right? So the first charge, the officer charged gun, he ain't nothing. So on the second charge, he's getting his shot. And the man was right on him, so he just shoot. So another say, well, he could have get shoot the foot because the distance was close enough. He hold his side and then he kneel long. So then he say, yes, I will shoot me. He was attacking the police. Not he say he was attacking the police because of what happened.
Another resident who said she knew the victim well says his action towards her on Wednesday was unusual.
This time in my experience, I experienced yesterday his behavior. His behavior was not nice. It was not pleasant. And the things and them he was saying, it was not nice. You understand? Me and him does have a good rapport, but yesterday it was very bad. What I'm saying, if he didn't pull out the weapon, and going up to the police would have shoot him. You understand? Sad to see that he died. He didn't shoot him for it to die, but he shot him in self-defense.
Others who knew St. Bernard described him as someone who was mentally challenged. They are of the view that a different method could have been applied that may not have led to the individual's demise. Concerns were also expressed about how mentally challenged individuals should be handled, and not enough is being done to keep them off the street.
They go in the mental house, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they coming out. So no matter 2 days, a week pass, they get back sick again. So it's like they have a special place to keep these people on them right through.
So that, because I find it the government or the people, should find a solution to handle people like that. Because they're not supposed to be on the street because they could harm anybody.
Can't take chance with mental people.
Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, Assistant Superintendent Desmond Richards, says the incident is under investigation and gave a preliminary report.
All right, so sometime close to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, the 19th of January 2022, the police received a report of a man behaving aggressively coming in the doors of the Inland Revenue stairs. They responded, and in the process, the now deceased man aggressively attacked the police as well. And in the process, a shot was fired. He was wounded. He was taken to the Sates medical station, where he subsequently died.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
A 64-year-old male is nursing serious injuries at the General Hospital, while 2 others sustained minor injuries and 1 employee shaken following a truck accident earlier today. Chrislina John has this report.
According to police, the incident, which occurred after 1 p.m. on Thursday at Mungay St. George, left the driver of the truck, a 64-year-old, hospitalized in serious condition. 2 other occupants sustained injuries considered to be minor. One of the conductors, GBN was told, jumped off the moving vehicle halfway down the hill. Apart from the truck's occupants, 2 people described the accident as a close call for them, as the truck loaded with bricks started to retreat downhill from whence it came. This had bystanders scampering to save their lives. Our news desk spoke to Bernadette St. Bernard, who explained her shock as the truck crashed into her employer's gate.
I sit in. While I sit in, he had some people on the other side sit down there, and as soon as I get up and I look across, I see the people get up. So I stand up about where you is, and I see the truck coming down. But really, I thought it was this side would have hit. But instead of hit, like he turned the corner and he ended up on the wall.
This, she says, was not her first such experience.
Well, I feel shaky, I like to tell you. Feel real shaky, and this is not the first time. The driver was in the truck still. Another truck come and pull it out a little so he could come out, and he said nothing wrong with him, he okay. But as far as I understand, he had fellas that jump off on top of the hill, so I don't know if anything wrong with them or not.
Another gentleman shared his encounter, giving thanks that no lives were lost as a result.
Because just approaching the hill, the Rush incline there, the truck was coming on, but I didn't see the truck rock steady side. So he pulled exactly on the side in corner there, and that truck passed with some speed. Well, when I realized that truck that passed, I didn't believe, I thought it was a dream. This gate there, I think as that other driver, they might end up in the river. Yeah, they might end up in the river.
The truck was taken away by police and is at the South St. George police station while investigation continues. One man hopes that the River Road main road will soon reopen to ease traffic, now diverted through Tempe. Chrislina John, GBN News.
While avoiding dissecting and giving his opinion on Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell's leadership, NDC's political leader, Deacon Mitchell, chose to describe what he believes leadership in the political arena is about. We get more from Gerard Joseph.
Deacon Mitchell believes that being elected as Prime Minister of a country means that the individual is a servant leader, which involves a systematic approach to engaging citizens. NDC's political leader says the policy decisions and direction for the country must have the citizen support, especially on big-ticket issues which affect the populace. Mitchell says, as a leader, difficult decisions must be made while being subjected to the public to explain, educate, and justify choices taken.
And I do not think that we've had over the last, frankly, I would put it this way, I do not think post-1983 or 1984 that Grenada has had sufficient leadership that speaks to the welfare of Grenada in general, as distinct to limited groups or interest groups within the country.
Pointing to the woeful statistics in mathematics results from CXC, NDC's leader notes that there has been no tangible concerted effort to reverse the trajectory. He highlights the importance of the subject is fundamental to the world of technology, digitization, and the creative arts.
And so we must recognize then that as a nation, and we must be prepared to come to the nation and say this is not acceptable. We must be able to do better. We will aim to do better, and these are the corrective steps that we will take from a pre-primary school level, a primary school level, to a secondary school level, to a tertiary level. If it means we have to import resources, etc., to do so, we will do so. But we never have this kind of engagement, not even on a micro or macro level.
NDC's political leader says leadership involves recognizing the need to establish a culinary school as part of the development model for tourism.
I give those examples to demonstrate that leadership means, particularly from a political perspective, addressing the issues that are of concern to the nation and ensuring that we take steps to continuously build our nation. We're going to be 40. In the next 3 years, we're going to be 50 years as an independent nation. And so we have to measure what improvements, if any, have occurred in our lives over the last 50 years as a nation.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A coherent plan that has the backing of the people is what is lacking to handle the response to COVID-19. Political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, believes that sufficient consultation has not been done to develop a national approach to managing the pandemic.
This far advanced into the pandemic and no clear plan is an indication of insufficient attempts to hold deep, meaningful, and ongoing consultations in a situation that remains fluid. That's according to NDC's political leader, Deacon Mitchell. Citing the reopening of school as an example, as government had more than enough time to implement a comprehensive plan in that regard. He notes the announcement to resume physical learning and teaching did not match the realities on the ground at the time.
Again, it seems to me if we are planning, that should not be the case. And if we are announcing that you're back in schools, then you have to ensure that the preparation was done, that the plans were in fact practical and could be implemented, so that when you see children are going back to school and they're resuming physical classes, that in fact that is happening. But it's not. So the policy announcement is not matching the reality by there's a considerable gap. I think that is the biggest challenge.
NDC leader reiterates that ample consultation with the stakeholders from the various sectors must be had to brainstorm solutions for this unique situation.
And given the fact that we've not faced a challenge like this before, with all due respect to our government, the 8 or 10 or 15 persons sitting in cabinet, or the 4 or 5 or 6 persons maybe sitting on the COVID-19 committee, will not have the answers to how the society should move forward collectively. Hence the reason for having, in my view, the sustained engagement with the citizens, so that we, the citizens, can assist in crafting a policy that we buy into, we support, and that we act upon. So in the absence of that, I think this sort of ad hoc, flip-flopping, one thing today, another thing tomorrow will continue.
For GBN News, Janelle McDonald.
45 years ago, St. George's University School of Medicine commenced classes on the True Blue campus, marking the start of a world-class institution. SGU is now celebrating those years of pioneering progress. We get more in this report from Gerard Joseph.
From a small campus in 1977 to becoming the largest source of everyone to join the celebrations by sharing memories from the past to the present day that highlight the pioneering spirit that began the legacy. Over 24,000 graduates in medicine, veterinary medicine, among other fields, forms part of the progress within the 45 years, laden with incredible journeys, memories, and accomplishments. SGU graduates are part of a strong network of former students who have established careers in over 50 U.S. states and more than 50 countries around the world. Vice-Chancellor of St. George's University, Dr. Richard Libowitz, expressed his pride for the institution, noting that it has forged a path for generations of doctors to come. He said for the 7th year in a row, SGU secured more residency positions than any medical school in the world. SGU's impact on healthcare, veterinary medicine business, and many other fields has been felt both near and far. Since the first campus expansion in 1993, SGU has continued to make long-term investments to meet the needs of its growing campus community and in turn the wider Grenadian community. Chancellor of St. George's University, Dr. Charles Mollica, stated that the institution is proud of its long history of mutual support in the Grenadian community. In transforming education in Grenada, SGU has graduated over 2,100 Grenadian alumni with more than 250 medical doctors via scholarships to citizens. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Marvin Albert, a 26-year-old farmer of Paradise, St. Andrew, who was remanded to Her Majesty's prison in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Monday, was sentenced to 1 year and 3 months for trafficking in a controlled drug and 3 months for illegally entering the state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Albert, together with Michael Scott, a 26-year-old fisherman, a national of Union Island, St. Vincent, were arrested and charged following the seizure of 222 pounds of cannabis during an operation at the southern side of Union Island in an abandoned house. Both men were charged for the offense of trafficking in a controlled drug. The arrests were made last Friday, the 14th of January, by officers attached to the Rapid Response Unit, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. During the initial hearing on Monday, Marvin, the Grenadian, pleaded guilty and was remanded to Her Majesty's prison in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, while Michael, the Vincentian, pleaded not guilty and was placed on bail in the amount of $50,000. Prank calls can have a negative, even fatal impact on someone's life, and this is what health officials are trying to avoid, especially at a time when the COVID-19 pandemic has put a strain on personnel and other resources. Acting Medical Director Dr. Taisha Donald is calling for an end to prank calls to the emergency departments, as this takes away from getting help to those who really needs it.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brentwood, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Acting Medical Director Dr. Taisha Donald is appealing to the general public to stop making prank calls to emergency departments.
I can confirm that we have had these prank calls, and it's actually very sad that this is happening in the midst of the pandemic with a number of cases that we have and persons seeking medical care. So I would really like to ask the public to work with us. Please work with us. Think of it like this. Now, if you do a prank call and there's someone, a family member, who actually needs to have that ambulance call, what would have happened is that the resources would have been deployed to an area that is not needed for an area that is actually in dire need of that service. So it means that what would happen is someone who needs urgent care would be deprived of that care because of your prank call.
Dr. Donald, speaking during Wednesday's post-cabinet briefing, said the practice is affecting the system.
I mean, we've had instances where an ambulance would go to a household and the persons there don't have any idea why the ambulance is there. And then you have the other instances where ambulances go out and then no one is there. So we have the two scenarios. No one is there, and the other scenario where the persons within the household have no idea why the ambulance is there. So I really want to ask persons that we should really stop that practice, because it's affecting our system, and it's actually deploying a service to an area it's not needed, and persons who really need that service will not get the benefit of it.
Meanwhile, the acting medical director is appealing for patience among the population as increased COVID cases are having a negative impact on staff at health facilities. She said that a number of healthcare practitioners have become ill.
So what has had to happen is that we had to crunch. So whereas persons who would have been scheduled for surgeries and so, we had to now put it off and divert to just urgent cases, urgent and emergency cases. So all the elective cases, meaning cases that are scheduled, and it does not having the surgery today or tomorrow does not affect the person's well-being. We had to put these cases off, right? So, and then of course it means that this person, whatever problem they're having, they have to bear with it for a little longer. And then in terms of, for example, places like the accident and emergency and our outpatient clinic, it's become very challenging because, of course, the wait time sometimes to access care is longer.
Dr. Donald said these challenges are affecting services at both the community healthcare centers and the hospital levels. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Krista Campbell has been looking around the platform.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
Grenadians watched the outcome of general elections in Barbados Wednesday night, which sees former Prime Minister Mia Mottley return to government with a landslide victory as the Barbados Labour Party won all 30 seats. And of course, people weighed in on the election outcome. Here are some of the comments shared on GBN's Facebook page. Eresia believes a clean sweep is never a good thing, regardless of how great the leader is. Hermina Batiste McDonald is satisfied as she said Grenada has a good leader. But Shawnee Ned King begs to differ, adding if Grenada had a leader like her, we set for life. And finally, Gerard Wilson sums it all up by commenting, I think she deserves to win. But in reality, we are going back to a different political system if this keeps repeating itself in the Caribbean. Even if someone is great, you can't give a person 100% power over you. As we all know, power corrupts. Not sure if we are ready for democracy as a region. Now with all that election excitement, the quest is who's next. The election bell discussion was on GBN's Good Morning Grenada program. Here are some of the contributions made.
I suppose you were referring to the referendum which was held, where that was a talking point.
More or less, yes, that's what I was referring to.
My dear, but I want to urge you to go back and see that it was the people of this country, should I say, were challenged to present some things that they would like them to put in. And one of the things put in was fixed date for elections. A second one was proportional representation. A third one was term limits.
It's a very sad day for politics, for democracy and governance in Barbados. First of all, you're given a term by the people. Serve out your term. Secondly, winner takes all. Very sad for democracy.
That's a wrap for tonight's Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for playing Waggity Virtual Bingo. And on Sunday, January 30th from 6 p.m., it's appreciation time because you can win $10,000 US. Tickets are only $10 US and you'll get one free. Wait, what? Free? Yes! Purchase one ticket and you'll get another absolutely free. Offer ends on Sunday, January 23rd. So hurry and get those tickets now. Available in Grenada from numerous box offices island-wide. Or if you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, January 30th. Join the fun online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. It's the new way to play bingo.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Get ready for a season of Grooving Smooth and Live on GBN. Grooving Smooth and Live is a 1-hour performance gig every Thursday from 8 p.m. featuring performances from our local musicians and short interviews discussing all things musical. Every Thursday, a different musician and a different instrument will be featured, from the violin to the saxophone to the trumpet, guitar, and steel pan. Our local musicians playing, improvising, and educating us on all genres of music. Join GBN with host musicians Matthias and Shireen and a special guest every Thursday at 8 p.m. It's Grooving Smooth and Live on GBN.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
If there was a product that helped with the cold, flu, bronchitis, sinusitis, laryngitis, and allergies, and still does deep cleansing for your pores to restore natural beauty, would you get it? Yes? Well, there is. The 2-in-1 facial and nasal steamer is here, and it's available locally at The Boss Collection. The 2-in-1 facial and nasal steamer provides deep cleansing while clearing nasal passages and loosening impurities. Get yours now from The Boss Collection. Booth number 6 on Halifax Street, St. George's, opposite Farm and Garden Center, or in Grenville by Rachel the Nail Tech, upstairs Superstore, opposite Peter's Photo Studio. Call or WhatsApp The Boss Collection on 954-600-0200.
gas-powered Ultratech gasoline and diesel. Available only at Rubis stations.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Say good morning once again. Say good morning once again to, of course, the entire Tri-Island State, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Good morning, the world. Hey, those of you tuned in, maybe it's via, of course, Facebook, or you're probably tuned in via our YouTube channel. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing good. And together for the next segment here on Good Morning Grenada, G Squared, GT, and Gary. And don't forget, if you want to get in contact with us, you can always, of course, send us your WhatsApp message by a telephone number that's 435-2041. You can always give us that call when we do accept calls on the air. We could, of course, accept your calls also. Hey, Gary, you back with me? How you doing this morning, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, life is good, man. Let's live it up and live it up to the fullest, man.
Yes.
Let's live it up, man.
So what's we getting into? And, you know, Gary, we had a chit-chat. You know, earlier on I was looking at the news while it was in progress a while ago. And, you know, we saw that accident, man, that happened. It could have been worse than it
could have been worse. You know, these people ought to be counting their blessings right about now. Did I hear the truck driver is in critical condition?
Well, I didn't grasp much from it, but I saw one of the, of course, occupants. He probably jumped off, you know, the truck, as I was said, you know.
Yeah, one of the occupants like, hey,
I ain't going there.
I boarding ship right now. I ain't want to see how this ends. I'm leaving right now, but, you know, I'm happy to hear that they have escaped the worst. But, you know, I had a story of my own that I wanted to share. Of course, that accident, GT, happened on the other side of that commute from River Road because of the traffic diversion, correct?
Yeah, that's so true.
Other end.
They have to use that Rush Road now to come around.
Right. Now, the other day, I was traveling from the Mungie end. So I came from the Mungie end and I was heading down the River Road end. All right. As I approached that intersection that takes you down that steep hill, what's that called? Mount Rush?
Well, it's Mount Rush.
Yeah. As I stopped, there was a guide vehicle in front of me that stopped me and told me to pull aside. So I pulled aside, waiting for the heavy truck to arrive. All right. And, you know, I looked at the driver and I smiled and I said, "All you have all the belly to be coming up this hill, you know, with this load." You know what I'm saying? He looked at me and he smiled. He said, "Nah, man, everything is safe, man. Once you know what you're doing, it's all good." And I share this story only to say, no, look at what happened.
Amen.
Look at what happened. You know what I mean? Because I'm seeing this heavy truck with tons of load of stuff in it, and coming up this hill doesn't look as the safest alternative.
I understand. And, you know, just yesterday also I was having a conversation with the police, and of course when I got home I was having some conversation with some folks who viewed the program with myself and the police yesterday, and they're saying, you know, those trucks are sometimes taking load over the capacity. You understand?
Yeah.
Over their capacity. You know, we understand the hustle. We understand folks want to make a little change. And you said, man, if I could take a couple extra pounds, I would. But knowing the roof that you have to take now.
You know the old saying, GT, don't chew more than you can swallow?
That's so true. You understand?
And that's what them truck operators are doing.
And, you know, and it goes back to
that they can carry.
And it goes back to a lot of statements folks been making when we have calling and so forth. You know, ended up with spillage, and no, we look at that accident. It could have been worse. We could have heard that individuals lost their lives. You understand? And, you know, one of the witnesses who did said, you know, it seemed that the driver was pretty skilled. You know, in terms of
he was
pretty skilled. that he avoided himself going into the river, of course, and making this a bit of a disaster. A lot of people was saying, I look at comments on Facebook and so forth, and people saying, that's a recipe for disaster in terms of allowing trucks to use that road. So, but there's not much other routes that they can use. You understand? There's not much other routes, alternative routes that they could use that is much safer. You understand? So we hope that pretty soon the contractors who are doing that project in the road area, they will get through and fix the piece of road that is broken off, so that the traffic can start getting that free flow, because it's a flatter road to use for trucks and so forth. So we hope that gets taken care of pretty soon, man.
HGT, if you guys got the COVID-19 dashboard, feel free to run.
Yeah, we got to turn it up.
Of course.
In the meantime, we're in the process of getting the COVID dashboard up. Let me take a note at the cruise ship visiting the island today. We do have a double dose of them in today, reasonably sized ones. Kicking it off with the Britannia, will be with us today. And the Britannia have a capacity of 3,648 passengers on board, with a crew of 1,398. We're also expecting the Riviera. Yes, that's the second one with us today, with a capacity of 1,250 passengers on board, with a crew of 800. One should already be in port. That's the Britannia. We expect the Riviera. That should be in around 8 a.m. this morning. So one should already in port. One comes in within the next, should I say, 40 minutes or so. In the next 40 minutes or so, we should expect the other one in. And one will stick around till about 11 p.m. tonight. The other will leave around 7 p.m. This evening. So take a note of that. Don't forget, if you're using the Esplanade side of the mall and you're unvaccinated,
stay away from them people, please.
It's a no-no for you. But you can use the Bruce Street side of the mall if you're unvaccinated and you have some little business to take care of with whatever businesses is within the Bruce Street side. All right, so take a note of that. The COVID update, are you able to lay your hands on it? I don't have a copy before me. I'm not sure if Master Control could quickly throw up a slide of it, and I could probably read it off for the TV. Master Control has thrown it up on screen. It's been thrown up on screen by Master Control, so I will roll into it one time. New confirmed COVID cases. Now, as of yesterday, there have been new cases of 253 new cases. In terms of tests that was done yesterday, also there were 875 cases that were done yesterday. Listen to this, Gary. There were one death yesterday. One death. So sad to hear that. Our condolences here from the folks here at GBN. Our condolences to the family. But listen to this, Gary, and this is, of course, a little cause of concern for me. Of course, related to hospitalization. There's now 11 individuals in hospital right now. Yeah, and we're talking about 5. They are moderately ill, severely ill. There's 3, and there's who are critically ill. There's another 3 individuals who are critically ill. So that's something we don't want to hear about. The rate increase.
Could you just go through that again about the conditions of the 5 in hospital? Just run through that once again.
There's 11 in total in hospital right now.
11, okay.
11 individuals, and moderately ill. I mean, maybe just a little slight thing, of course, but they still ended up in the hospital. There's 5 of them. They are
5 moderately ill.
Ill. Severely ill, there's about 3 individuals. There are 3 individuals severely ill, and another 3 who was critically ill. All right. Wow. When you say critical, they could be on life support and stuff like that. You understand? So
let's continue to send some prayers up for those folks. All right, all those folks hospitalized. But what concerns me also is the test positivity. I like to look at that.
There's 28.9%. Yep, in the positivity.
That is pretty staggering. And that's from 875 tests done.
Yeah. So COVID is still rampant in Grenada, Gary.
The update does not state what was the condition of the deceased in terms of their status.
Yeah.
Did they have underlying condition? Were they vaccinated? Were they not? That information is not available to us. So, but we just have to say condolence, of course, to the family and friends of the individual.
Yeah. So one individual lost their life. And as you said, our condolences goes out to the family. And we're hoping for no more. I have a dear friend of mine whose dad is also very ill over in Canada. He came in contact with the COVID, and He's very ill.
Came in contact with COVID. Where he
got COVID.
Was that chance meeting, boy?
Yeah, well, he got COVID, and you know he's gravely ill right now, and he's on life support and stuff also. And our prayers goes out for him, and my prayers
so much
goes out
for the
for her.
Omicron does not kill, right?
Well,
yeah,
that's what I'm worried about. The individual who died in Grenada was they died from COVID or was it the Delta? That's a little concern there. Well, we don't have that information
we can
anyway.
Agree that the dominant variant in Grenada is the Omicron, so we can only assume that is what is wreaking havoc right now in Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Marketing. But GT, we can move on with the celebration line because we have an interview lined up.
Yes,
and we got some giveaways a bit later on. We got some giveaways, so we don't want to stick with it this morning because we got some stuff to get out of the way. You know, we got some items to dash out.
I do have one. Let me get this one in early. And this one is, of course, the first greeting on my list this morning as we get into the celebrations list this morning. And this is birthday greetings going out to Edmund Joseph, also known as Uncle Eddie of Calavini, celebrating 101 today, Gary. Yeah. We should probably give him 101.
I'm batting strong, boy.
101. So happy birthday once again going out to Edmund Joseph, Uncle Eddie of Calavini. Good morning and happy birthday, sir.
101.
101.
GBN, send a camera crew over there, please. Let's get 101. Some insight.
See how that individual,
this man,
see how he's doing. See if he's, of course, not bedridden. If he's able to walk around and stuff.
Yeah, he's got his bearings, all of those things. You know what I'm saying?
So his 3 daughters, they wish him all the best. We're talking about Dory, Bernadine, who's in the U.S., Anna Marie, who is in Grenada, his grand and great grandchildren, nieces, nephews, they all coming together and wish him a happy birthday. So
that is on my bucket list right there, GT. See, that 101.
I don't know
if I can live and be healthy to 101. You see, living to 101 is one thing, but living to 101 relatively healthy with full mobility and not suffering from really any sort of debilitating condition is my goal,
Well, I wish you all the best. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't want to get to that old. I don't want to get out.
Joke you make.
Anyway, let's say good morning to Raman Albert of Montfendu. Good morning and happy birthday. Greetings going out to you this morning from your mom, Roxy. She wishes you a happy birthday. Let's say good morning to Junior Balwant of Castine. That's in the Brudge Grove area. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Greetings going out to you this morning from members of the family and his parents. They all wish him a happy birthday. That's Junior Balwant. Let's say good morning to Levon Williams Bernard of Conference in St. Andrew. Good morning. Happy birthday. Kadisha Douglas. How you doing this morning, Kadisha? Happy birthday. Her dad, her mom, the rest of the family, extending the love. Happy birthday. Kent Augustine of Baltazar, his wife, Evelyn, and the children, wishing him a happy birthday. Marissa Qualis, who's in the USA. Good morning to you, Marissa. Happy birthday. Greetings going on to you. Ramon Langdon of Harford Village in St. Andrew. Good morning to Ramon. Jacqueline Ferguson of Guava State. Good morning. How are you? Happy birthday. Let's say good morning to Denise Lessie of La Digue. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Hope you're doing good. Morgan Buka of Moya in St. Andrew. Good morning and happy birthday. Saying good morning also to Levon Lawrence, somewhere in St. George, celebrating his birthday today. He's a member of Men from the Mainland. Yeah, good morning to you, man. All the best. Jacqueline Bartholomew of Snell Hall, St. Patrick's, celebrating today. He's actually 16 years old. Good morning and happy birthday. Tonisha John of Hermitage St. Patrick, student of the Montrose SDA. Good morning and happy birthday. And Nerissa Peters of Paradise in St. Andrew. Nerissa, good morning. How are you doing? Happy birthday to you. Doreen John Frederick, also known as Doors, of Walters Street in Victoria. Good morning and happy birthday. I'm running in the first 20, Gary. Let's say good morning to Anisha Julian of River Sally St. Mark. Good morning and happy birthday. You knew he had a River Sally in St. Mark, Gary. Anyway, let's say good morning to Michelle Charles of Sobeys in St. Andrew. Good morning. All the best on your birthday today. Vanessa Charles, she's in Germany. Good morning and happy birthday, lady. If you're listening, good morning. Well, I'm not sure what time check. What's the time check in Germany? No, I'm not sure. Well, happy birthday anyway. Let's say good morning to Travis Wilson of Hermitage in St. Patrick, celebrating 8 years today. Good morning and happy happy birthday. And I wrapping up the first 20. I'll let Gary take care of the next 20. Let's say good morning to Denise Sandy. She's an employee of Courts. Good morning to Denise. All the best on your birthday today. Certainly hope you're having an enjoyable day thus far. It's over to you, Gary. Take care of it.
Omari Cato King of La Fortune, St. Patrick's, student of the St. Patrick's Anglican, celebrating 9 years, coming from his mother Abigail, brother Omar. Eric Cato, aka Boy Flakes, at La Fortune, St. Patrick's, coming from his sister Abigail and his nephews Omari and Omar. I'm assuming they are twins. Laslyn Marcel of Mount Horn, student of Parkley Government School. Good morning and happy birthday. From his mother, Lindana, and others in the John family. And Sam Chris Butran, aka Giant of Duquesne, all right, in St. Mark, all right. He's coming from his brother, Freda, grandmother, Esme, other family members and friends. Mary Rose of Douglaston, and that's coming from her husband in Barbados, son Trevor, and other family members and friends. Clarissa Booker of Dunfermline, celebrating 9 years. Happy birthday to you. That's coming from mother Nicole, grandmother or grandfather Johnson, cousin Deborah, others in the Booker family, wishing you all the best. Anika Welch of Waltham, coming from her father Andy, sister Naya, aunties Michelle and Andrea, Marlon and Marlana, twin. Marlon is at Florida, USA, and Marlana is at Union St. Andrew. All this love and greeting is coming from Auntie Martha. Janice James of Dunfermline, St. Andrew. That's coming from her husband, aka Bluetooth, and daughter Christine. And where we at? Emon Date Peters of Paradise, bus conductor on the Grenville to La Patrie route. That's coming from his mother Beverly. And Carl and Carly Murray, twin of Content St. David. Carl resides in Canada, and Carlisle resides in Molineux St. George. That's coming from their mother Elisa and other family members. And Miss Lana Fletcher. Dr. Julie Dubois, dentist from Victoria St. Mark. Happy birthday. Quela George of Grand Mall, St. George, and that's coming from family members, especially her grandfather, Punti. Wishing you happy birthday, Quela. Betty Bishop of Mount Rose St. Patrick's, coming from her mother, children, and other family members and friends. And Peter Chetram, aka Bird of Florida St. John. And that's coming from the Chetram family, especially his mother, Cecily Chetram. And I'm going to close off with this one right here, GT, if you with me. Tisha James of Grandans Valley, St. George. That's coming from her mother, Margaret, father, Arthur, brother, family members, and friends. I had to go and drink some water, GT, but my throat kind of dry.
I think I did that to you deliberately. Let me say good morning to Policia Farmers of Grand Lands and Andrew. Policia, good morning. How are you? Happy birthday from your mom, Paula. Let's say good morning also to Nicholson Martin, also known as Adonson. He's in New York. How are you doing this morning? Greetings going on to him this morning from his mom, Jillian, his grandmother, Phyllis, his aunts and uncles, especially his, of course, dear friends and the entire Martin family in Victoria, extending the love this morning. Wishing him a happy birthday. Shamali Matthews of Grand Dance in St. George. Good morning. Happy birthday. Greetings going out to her this morning from her mom, her dad, the rest of the family. Wishing her a great day today. Danny Bowen of Baltazar. Good morning. How you doing? Happy birthday. His children and sister Annette. Wishing him a happy birthday, man. Let's say good morning to that's Senior NATO. If I hope I'm getting the name right, it's the Senior NATO of Mount Rose and actually resides in the Lamodi area in St. Patrick's right now. Good morning. And her dad and the other members of the family wishing her a happy birthday today. Let's say good also happy birthday going out to Dalen Peters of Pearls in St. Andrew. And greetings going out this morning to that individual from his uncle or her uncle. I think it's of course her. That's Dalen Peters. And from Uncle Postman. And the Venezuelan Coast Guard is chipping in and wishing him a happy birthday also. Let's say good morning to Edmund Joseph of California. I think I already shouted him out before, but his name is also on the list. But happy birthday once again. That individual that is celebrating that 101-year-old today. Let's say good morning to Jana Colliver of Taba. That's in St. David. Good morning, but actually now resides in Canada. Happy birthday from her husband, her mom, and all the other members of the family. Have a final greeting this morning, and this one is via WhatsApp, and it's a 2-year-old today, celebrating 2 years. That's Siobhan Francois. Good morning. It's going out from his grandmom. Wishing him a happy birthday today. The rest of the family out there in Mama Ken. That's Siobhan Francois. Good morning. 2 years old today. Happy birthday. Hope that you live to see much more birthdays to come around. All right. Hey, Gary, that's it. Sorry for the little pressure I put you through in all those names there, but you know, the list is that long at times. The list is the list is that long at times, but
hey, let me say good morning to Monet Williams. Happy to know that we've made you laugh this morning. She said, I love the part where they said GT, the person came in contact with COVID. That she's a frontline worker in New York right about now, and she's at work, so she's wishing us all the best. She's of course reminding us to stay safe and observe the established protocols. Good morning to you, Monet. Yeah. One of the regulars. Yulin Alexander, good morning. Thank you for the shout out. All those on the Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Paulette, good morning to you. Thank you for locking it down and viewing us via Facebook. All they continue to like up the
team. Yeah, Gary, I know. I know they said a good time. I know the person come in contact with COVID. They contracted COVID. All right, so I corrected myself. Yeah. My bad. No, it's all chip on the shoulder. Anyway, it's all good. So, should we get ready for that interview, or where we going next? Should I, of course, hit up that in person?
Once they've tapped into the live, let's get them in. I've
just tapped them in, so I'm assuming they will be ready, and we could have that little bit of chit chat with them this morning, and this little entertainment part here, because time flies. We're moving up to 23 minutes, moving up before the top of the hour this morning. If you're on the way to work for 8 o'clock, good morning, and certainly hope you get there on time. Hope your commute will not be that disturbing. Yeah. So for my guests, don't forget you're live with us this morning. I'm hearing a little chit chat in the background. And,
make sure you mute your mic. Mute all the mic.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning to the guests. We'll be chatting with you shortly, so hold tight there. We will chat with you shortly.
Hey, GT, this guest, this is a group. They are called Faith Family Love Studio. And they've got something as an EP or something that is out right about now.
And
maybe you could touch on one of them before we bring them in and talk about, of course,
they of course, it's a group of youngsters who are coming together. Some of them being self-taught engineers, some of them, of course, being self-taught musicians. So, as we always say, Gary, Grenada we are not strapped for talent in this country. You understand? And especially when it comes to youngsters,
not at all.
We in safe hands when it comes to youngsters. And we've seen they're already on screen. We're going to be chit-chatting with you guys shortly. Hold tight. Going to suddenly be with you shortly. Let's grab one of the tracks that they of course have produced and make a listen up to it. And then we come back and have that bit of chit-chat with them. All right. This is a song entitled Hush Little Baby. Let's see what this one is actually made of. Hush Little Baby. Don't you cry. Hush Little Baby. Let's listen up to this one.
Live life, you don't know what tomorrow's like.
liking what I'm hearing thus far. Certainly liking what I'm hearing thus far. Let me get you up, Gary. I like what I'm hearing. F, is it?
Talented musicians. They are called
the FFL Studios. FFL Studios.
Faith Family Love.
Yes, man. Like this. It's something, it's not a typical thing you may hear from Grenadian artists per se. I'm sensing that. I'm sensing that a little bit of crossover and stuff in their music, and
definitely
interesting kind of songs I would like to play for real. Now let me see if we could get them up live and have that bit of a chit chat with them. If we could get them live, of course, Master Control. If you can, they could probably pop up their video and stuff. I hope they're listening in the background and get a bit of a chit chat to them. Good morning, fellas. How you doing? I think your mic is muted, so clear that up a little bit. How you guys doing? Good morning.
Morning. We're fine.
Nice to meet you guys. Who am I speaking to in the intro? Who am I speaking to?
Well, I'm Alex, the studio engineer.
All right, bless. Great work, man. If it's you the one taking care of that, great work. We also have the other of course, individual with you. Who's that?
The other guy, I'm Ellington Purcell. Most people call me Ello because my name just way too long. I'm actually the founder of FFL Studios. It's Faith. It's Free Flow Life, by the way. Faith Family Love was just our email address. We had to do that for reasons.
So tell us, let's just get into the meat of the matter. Tell us about the group, how you guys started, how you met, how this thing just came about. Was it just fate, or did it just happen to happen? Tell us something about the group and how you all get into the kind of music that you are into. Tell us something.
All right. Well, we've been friends, me and this guy. We've been friends for like a couple of years now. Yeah, man. Real years. Yeah, real years now. As you could tell by his beard and my lack of something.
Well, yeah, we've been friends. Somebody's older than somebody. Okay, fine.
Well, you wouldn't do that? It wouldn't be who you think of it.
All right.
All right. It can be so deceiving. But anyway, so we've been friends for a while, and he's a very talented musician, engineer, did a lot of, you should introduce yourself, guy. But anyways,
we're going to talk to him. You continue, of course, tell us about the group before we get into more details about the group. I'm going to free flow with some questions in details in a short. Just get us up to speed with the group per se.
All right, that's good. Yeah, so late 2020, I believe it was, when the July or August around there, when everything started, I was like, you know what? It's making sense. All are we home and it's like nothing is going on for us. Let we at least try to see what we could do. So I originally had it in my mind to see if we could form a band. Yeah, that was because that's like the default thing that everybody do. Yo, things ain't working out for us. Like, come together. We can play music. Like, come together and form a band. So it's like go on gig. But that probably wasn't an option because craziness. So the second default option was, hey, why not try and start a studio? It's as crazy as it sounds. Why not? So that's what we did. And then we decided, since, we weren't known yet, and we probably still in that. Yeah, we probably still know.
Folks are gonna get to know you as of today even better. All right. So you said the actual name of the group per se, the band per se, as a group, you call yourself Free Flow Life, or is it
Free Flow Life?
Flow Life. What's the reason for that name? What's the reason for calling yourself that per se? Free Flow Life. You ever pondered any? Right. So have you come up with names that you didn't even of course, have serious reasonings behind you? But tell me, Free Flow Life.
No. I didn't. We didn't do it just because it was cool. So it was it is actually right. It's a name right now, but I wanted to develop into more than just a name. I wanted to develop into a movement or a concept that people could relate to, because I, as well as my colleague over here, Alex, the guy, we've worked for people in our lives, and people don't necessarily value your skills, and they don't allow you to grow and develop in the area that you're working in.
You're just an employee.
Yeah, you're mostly stagnant, or you're fixed in that particular area. You're never allowed to grow in terms of your creativity. You're never allowed to experiment and try different things. I want to create a space, we with the business, that's the goal. Wanted to create a space where every person is allowed to grow in their field of expertise, as well as grow in other fields of expertise if they so choose to fit. Or that's how people say it. I don't know. I can't talk.
Well, let me jump in here, guys. What's up? What are you guys doing?
What? Yeah, we fine. Yeah.
Man, I love the backdrop of the studio. You guys seem to have your stuff on dung pack. You got a dung pack.
Something like that.
Yeah, I love it.
It look a lot better in a couple of months, but yeah.
Yeah, man. It seems like you guys take your craft quite seriously, and that says a lot. When I listened to your songs last night, I went in not really knowing what to expect. I was like, oh boy, I hope they have quality. I hope they don't waste my time this morning. All right. And truth be told, you guys surprised me. I was floored when I listened to your music. Your music seemed to reflect more of a neo-soul flow. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with that, but kind of like that Erykah Badu, that D'Angelo, Jill Scott, the India Arie kind of vibe. Was that a deliberate attempt, really?
Actually, no. That was not the goal.
Yeah, but it does fall along that neo vibe soul, which is really that soulful, musical, almost jazzy kind of vibe coming through. You know what I mean?
All right.
Good luck with that, guys. And you guys sounding really great. GT, you got some more music?
Yeah, wait, feature. But let me
let the people get familiar with, man.
Let me ask Alex this. I mean, we of course going to get into that side of it shortly. Alex, I'm seeing here in a short bio about you guys. You saying that you are a self-taught bass player, a live song reinforcement engineer, a mixing mastering engineer. Within the group. How did all of this come about?
Grenada Prince, boy.
How did all of this come about for you, man? How did all of this come in for you?
Well, it all started by me and my music teacher back then, right? He introduced me to sound engineering, and he started to.
Anybody we know in terms of the music teacher?
Well, he actually died now, but it was more like Mr. Marcel. Can't remember his first name, Lord.
All right.
Sorry.
Teacher will be upset by you.
But it was not Marcel. He used to teach in PBC. I used to play PBC.
Okay.
And I used to play in the band there, the school band, and he used to, teach me little things, and I used to be very curious. Like, what is the science behind this thing? Until he started teaching me more in depth. And then from that point, I became to love this thing.
All right.
Loved it so much that from every day I would go after school, I would study, practice every single day, and get into it deeper and deeper. How I get into the studio stuff, actually, it was actually same time this came into play. Yeah. Well, actually, how I get deeply into it, right? Yeah, because I used to do more live stuff before, stuff and whatnot. And yeah, from that there, I just take myself and,
The rest is history.
This point, yeah.
All right, then. Let's take a listen up to another song, Gary. I'm just selecting their songs randomly this morning, and it's a first listen for me. I'm a kind of person that like first impression. That's why I don't like to pre-listen to artist music. I have run into trouble over the years for that. You know me and that, Gary. I'm an individual. Yeah. I like to surprise myself with it. So most times
you had to please.
Don't say that. So most times I have interviewed loads of artists over the years and never listen to their song until they come to the studio, and then make a decision on it instantly. I've been being impressed thus far because, as Gary said, I'm a kind of person that had to play. So let me see this particular song as I'm choosing your songs randomly. This track is entitled This Old Man. Let's take a listen up to this one.
Oh. Okay.
Lot of days, was my last. I did a few things that bit me in the that's why I'm trying to run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. But I can't escape from my past. It's crazy how things could switch up in the flash. Maybe if I had just been just a little more nicer, been just a little bit wiser, been just a little less rude, pay more attention in school, I would be well off. Instead I'm pretending I'm happy when I'm really miserable. Cause I ain't got much and I'm going down in age and I barely did anything memorable.
Where did the time go? Baby, we're getting older, much stronger. Why?
It's a sin that I can't play this all morning and just forget. You know, what I would say about good music, man. It's not, Gary, you know, it's not typically the music you would think coming from youngsters as themselves. You understand?
I tell you, it's a nice neo-soul kind of vibe.
It's not a kind of music.
I like.
I see this as a kind of music I could be playing, you know, driving in my truck and playing.
Of course,
this, you know,
my very same thought, GT.
You know, you have this in my truck and driving along and just have this playing quality beyond whatever you could describe it as right now. Great music.
Good morning to Deanne Thomas. He said the guys sung great. Congrats to them. Keep up the good works. That's Deanne Thomas listening to us, viewing us via Facebook Live. Thank you guys, man. Thank you, guys.
Know,
all right.
You guys, tell me something. The whole feel behind your music. You know, Gary had touched on that slightly earlier. The whole feel behind your music. What does it mean to you? The whole feel behind your music on a personal level. What does it mean to you?
All right. Well, from the conception of this thing, we decided, hey, y'all, let's do what's unconventional, not intentionally make it sound different or make it sound a particular way, but we were like, let's do music that actually means something, music that can resonate with people, music that actually has a message, and let's try and change what's on the airwaves as it stands presently. That was the mindset behind it, and I guess that was the result of it.
Yeah, as I said a while ago, the rest is just history with everything you got. The rest is just history. You just
making history.
The thought pattern behind the songs that you're doing also. I mean, the lyrical, who writing the lyrics. I mean, of course, I'm assuming Alex taking care of the production part of things. If everybody is a theme coming together and doing this, how was it taken care of? I mean, who takes care of the lyrical content? Is it something that is collaborated around with everyone? Everybody do their own thing? How's that done?
All right, if you want to take this one?
Well, I could try. I could try, you know. I'm more familiar with the mixing of maybe 2 of the tracks and mastering of all of them.
All right.
Right. But I can say that Elo and Zia.
Yeah. Shout out to Zia. Good morning, lady.
Yeah, big shout out to our very own Zia, man. I didn't know she had so much talent.
I'm listening to the voice in the background, Gary. I'm listening to her voice as, of course, harmonizing in the background and sounding good.
She had some leads. She did a few tracks where she led as well, huh?
Yeah. Sadly, can't get them all in this morning because we are a bit strapped for time. Yeah. We only have a few more minutes left. So, fellas, you know...
Veronica Sandy, she says, all of you guys sung very good. Big up to Veronica. GT, yeah, take it over, man. We got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for popping in. We're probably going to have to do another segment with you guys because there's so much to talk about in terms of your music and where it's going. You need the exposure that of course, that you're getting here this morning is too limited. You need we need to give them out. Oh, Gary, I'm just kidding. No, I was kidding, but
I wish we had an hour.
But great music. I want to thank you guys, Alex and Elo. Thank you both for popping in with us this morning. I know you guys been in the waiting room a while. You know, they say it's better to do early than late. So thank you for taking the time out. Great music. Once I'm impressed the first time, you know, I'm gonna flow with you guys really good. So thanks again. Any final thoughts you want to leave with, of course, the Grenadian public about your music? Just tell them something before we wrap up this segment this morning. You strapped for words right now?
Okay. Got strapped for words. I guess I'll take it over.
Yeah.
Cold feet. All right. Well, like I said, our goal at the end of the day is to change what's trending online, change what's trending in the airwaves in Grenada today. And if we could at least reach a couple of people with not necessarily positivity, but music that motivates you to become a better person, music that motivates you to make better decisions and to do better things, help other people instead of thinking about yourselves primarily, then I believe that's mission accomplished right there.
All right.
Wise. You guys are wise beyond your age, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys this morning, man. Thank you guys.
Great music. Great music. Thank you once again for being on the show this morning. And we will certainly share the love by playing the music, man. We will share the love by playing the music.
Thanks for having us.
I want to talk a song. Maybe I come by you guys. I can't sing. So what do you think, Gary?
What was that? You want me to sing a song?
I said I want to talk a song. I can't sing, so I can song. So I'll probably come get the production done. What do you think?
We do that every day, GT. We talk a song every day, especially with a voice like yours, GT.
I have a song.
Talking songs all the time.
I have a song that I have written, but I have to talk it. I can't sing it, so that is going to be like spoken word. So anyway, I'm just kidding, fellas. Anyway, fellas, have a good day, and thanks once again.
He too. God bless.
All right, man. Blessings as always. Gary, great music from the youngsters, man, and I certainly appreciate them coming in this morning.
These guys.
Grenada, we are not strapped for talent. Yeah, Grenada, we are not strapped for talent, man. We are not strapped for talent. I just think that the exposure is just that limited. And we here, of course, on G Squared here on Good Morning Grenada, we're going to try our best to always feature the local artists, give them that space. That is so.
It's only the right thing to do, man.
Yeah, that's so great, man. Yeah, we had some giveaways this morning. We strapped for about how much? About 4 more minutes before we wrap the show up this morning. Do you want to do that still?
Since we've got just 4 minutes remaining, I want to give away a ticket to the movie Palace, all you. If all you could just give me the names of 3 movies currently showing right about now at the movie Palace, you can win yourself a ticket to go down there. We just want to give away something. Today's Friday. You understand? We want to give away
Friday,
something. So give me the name. Give me 3 names of movies currently showing right now at the movie Palace, all right?
The number you call, that's 435-2041. You can also send us the information via WhatsApp. And if you just know what free movies are showing right now. Gary, we also had the riddle this morning. And I've not seen anyone maybe not have grasped the riddle this morning in terms of an answer response. I didn't think
it was a serious one. It's a deep one. It's a deep one.
They have no flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bones, yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they? We didn't get someone to grab onto that this morning.
I think it's the first time we haven't had someone really correctly answer.
Yeah, nobody could have Googled that. That's the problem.
So I feel really proud of myself this morning. Really.
No, again. Well, let me see. I think I see a caller coming in. Maybe that individual may be able to give us an answer for the question we threw now. Guess my slow hands this morning. Anyway, the number today, of course, I see one person via WhatsApp. One person via WhatsApp has sent an alert show. You tell me. I'm seeing they're saying Scream 5. That's a movie that's showing, Gary.
Let me check my list here.
I'm seeing also they're saying Heroes.
We want at least 3 movies, Now
I'm giving you 3. I've just started off with one. Screen 5, Heroes Academy, and The King's Men. That's what one individual have just sent via WhatsApp. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Did they say Heroes Academy?
It's Heroes Academy. I'm not sure. Is that correct?
Okay. Yeah, Heroes. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct.
So that's 3.
Congratulations.
So Scream 5, Heroes Academy, and The Kingsmen. Those are 3 movies that are showing at the movie Palace. So that individual have just won themselves a ticket, just like
that's via WhatsApp, right?
Via WhatsApp, my side of things.
Okay, cool.
So congratulations to the winner, and we take some information for you when we get off air and let you know how you can pick up your ticket.
Wanted to give away GT Alpaca Slippy Dappers, going to be at the time. man.
Well,
I think we had a time.
No, well, it's already 8 o'clock, which means we're about to wrap up. We have the BBC report coming up in just a minute.
Unfortunately.
We scale that out for next. We scale that out for next week. Gary's also the end of our week programming. Thanks everyone who participated.
Oh, by the way, the riddle is what am I?
I think you should have saved that for next week, and you should have saved that for next
the riddle.
week. You should have saved that for next week. It's a glove.
I didn't think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the answer to the riddle is glove. So I was saying you're going to save that for next week. Yeah.
Glove.
Give some folks something to ponder upon for the entire weekend. But since you did what you did,
it's all good, man.
It's all good.
It's all good.
So Gary, that's what we wrap for today. A pleasure has been, of course,
a pleasure, bro.
Doing this for the entire week. Hopefully we'll be around next week once again, once the Almighty permits, health, life, strength, and everything else that has to come in between. And we could be here with you again. We will do another show of Good Morning Grenada, GT Gary G Squared. Hey Gary, you got an outro, man, before we wrap this morning? Or you good? Well, seems like Gary has forgotten me anyway. So, hey, let's say goodbye to our TV viewers this morning. Those of you via YouTube and Facebook, all the best. Have yourself a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Follow the protocols and be safe. A BBC World Report is next here on K105.
Ukraine. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken opened the talks by saying America was committed to diplomacy, but ready for a united, swift and severe response if Moscow invaded Ukraine. His counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, said Moscow expected answers to his proposals and wanted NATO to step back from military activity in East